Can I have some water at least? By the way,
Yes.
I'm content with tap water. I don't need this fancy schmancy. When I went to Italy, the most important thing I had to learn was gasante or naturale. You know, when they ask you because they'd be like, "What do you want? You want a drink?" You're like, "Naturale." I'd do that every time. They'd be like, "Of course, sir."
Did you do the racist hat as well? Stupid.
Tiramisu for naturale.
Italians don't actually do this.
Yeah, they do. They actually do. Yeah, they do.
I've met Italians. They don't.
No, you haven't met Italian.
They don't do that. That's just like in the movies. A marinade.
They actually do that. Being racist, it's not racist if it's accurate. I frankly, I agree.
Welsh people sheep.
Okay, we do.
Right.
I wouldn't call that racism. It's accurate.
Italians are not a race.
George Clooney would beg to differ.
Alright, everyone actually, lots of Italians are like, we do this.
Yeah, they do. They do this. Every single place, right? I'd be like, if you ask an Italian, right? The one thing I was impressed by is that Italians, without doubt, if you ask them what's shit on the menu, they'll just go off. They'll be like,
you don't have
they'll be
this.
like, the lasagna is shit. I'm doing French. And the lasagna is and the wine, you know, you have to go for the third price Pinot Noir. Everything else is. They were so brutally honest. I was like, "What's good?" And they'd be like, "Let me tell you what." And they go over their whole menu. They'd be like, "Thanks, man. You just told me the lasagna was the only good thing. I guess I'm ordering that." But I appreciate the honesty. They were like, "The chef, you know, he doesn't know how to do carpaccio. He should kill himself." You know? That's French.
Why are you doing French?
I don't know.
It's the Italian accent's really hard to do, though.
No, it's not.
I've
just had 5 drinks, so it's hard to contemplate the accent. If you give me a voice project right now, tomorrow, I'd nail it.
Did Trash Taste store in Italy?
I went myself. Because I wanted to have the pasta. I didn't.
I just pictured you being like, "Goodbye, Trash Taste. I must go on my trip now," and sitting in a room eating a risotto and a pasta.
Well, here's the thing. I went to my favourite pasta type is Genovese.
Genovese pasta.
Genovese, basil pasta, right? So I thought I'll go to Genovese. Famous for many things, but mainly the pasta. And every single pasta was Genovese, which was great. It was good, but you know, it was alright. It was, you know, I honestly felt like the rest of Italy did as good of a job.
Connor came back from Italy, and I was like, "How was Italy? Was the food good?" You went, "It was."
No, okay, no, I did not say that. What you about? It was the best thing I've ever had in my life.
No, you didn't. You were like,
I said the pizza was.
The best Italian food I've ever had was in Wales and Japan.
No, f*** off. I had pizza in Milan, and the pizza in Milan was dog shit. It was like an American peasant could do a better job. It was awful.
Connor was.
But I think pasta is way better in Italy than pizza.
Yeah, from my experience. Italian food's good, but hit and miss.
I think pasta in Italy was great because we go to these stores and they'd be like, "Yeah, we made all the pasta fresh," and the pizza was like whatever. But it was just the pasta was godlike. And I went to the wine area. It was good. Barolo, it's fantastic. Because Joey once brought a bottle and we made fun of him because we were like, "Barolo? What the fuck is a Barolo? What are you, clown car?" And then I ended up really liking the wine, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to Barolo and I'll try it." And it was really good. Problem was that to get around, I had to walk like an hour in the summer heat.
Oh,
and it was miserable.
I went to my friend's wedding in Italy in summer.
Yeah.
It was like being stuffed headfirst into an oven.
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't go out. It was probably worse than Japan.
I walked to the winery, right? And I walked there, and I got there, and I was like, soaked, wet. I was like, can I taste the wine? And then I called the guy. This is a true story. I haven't shared this with Josh. I called a
exclusive now to see.
I went to this restaurant. And I was like, "Hey, could you know? Because I know that the restaurant's because it's a really small town. I was like, could you call me a taxi? Because I want to go home. I don't want to walk in an hour." I'm like, "Yeah, we got you. Here's the number. Call them." And I was like, "Okay." So I called them. He spoke English, and I go, calls him, and then he's like, "I'll come at 10 p.m. It's 7 p.m. It's getting bad." And then 9 p.m. he comes along. He sends me a voice message on WhatsApp. And I was like, "Oh, fuck." And he's. And I was like, what the f***? So I had him on the phone and I played the voice note into, it was in Italian, and I played it and it went, "I'm on the shooter right now, I'll come see you in a bit." And I was like, I I don't think this is right. And so I asked the staff who spoke English. I'm like, hey, could you listen to this voice note for a second? I think this guy's telling me he's having a shit or something, but he's supposed to pick me up in an hour. so I played the voice note to them, and it's playing, and she goes, she goes, so he's taking a shit right now, but he says he might be 20 minutes late. And I was like,
it's like you were the taxi driver. That's the sort of thing you would say if Connor was a taxi driver.
He said he was going to be 20 minutes late. He's taking a and I rock up, right? I rock up to this taxi. He goes, Connor? And he goes, yes. He goes, get in. And I get in. Blasting 50 Cent into club. It was like ear deafening levels of 50 Cent in the club, and I was like, I want to go home. So I don't want to be here anymore. And then he goes, and I had to barter with him. I don't want to barter with him because I just drank like 15 bottles of wine. And he goes, that'll be 60 euros for like 10 minutes. I was like, fuck off, mate, come off it.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's not 60 euros. He's like,
when you sitting in the taxi,
he's like, I had to come all the way from Pamplona, and I was like, no, man. I was like, that's not 60 euros, is it? That's just not 60. He was like, best I can do is 50 euro, and I was like, we both know it's 20. And he goes, 25, and I was like, fine, I'll do 25. And then I was like, all right. I was like,
the whole time when you listen to 50 Cent, you're thinking this man just had a shit.
Bear in mind, right? Yeah, yes. And he's negotiating me. I was like, in the club, and and he's like, 50 euro. And he's being really aggressive about it. I just stepped in the cab. He's like, so it's 60 euro. And I was like, fuck off, man. I'm like, my wall's spinning. I'm like, spinning. Because it was an hour fucking walk. It was like midnight.
You would have rather done that.
And there was no street lights. So I was, and I had to walk through a vineyard. Jesus, and I was like, I walked through this thing, and it was a mess, and I was like, fucking slept in the trees. I was like, this, and then this guy wanted 60 euros, and all I had was 60 euros to my name.
What does this must
Do you want a drink?